Marcelo Gomes da Silva. I don't want to cry, but I want to say that that place, it's not good. It's not good. Ever since I got here, they had me in handcuffs. They put me downstairs, and I was in a room with a bunch of 35-year-old men, and those rooms were small compared to the size of like how many men were there. There was like 40 men in there. We would barely get any attention from the people there. It would be really hard. I haven't showered in 6 days. I haven't done anything. The only thing I could do is thank God every day, because that's all I would do. I would pray there. I would talk about the Bible to them. So this right here is a bracelet that a Brazilian friend made me there. This is how we sleep. This is our blanket. They give us a really long sheet of this thin aluminum, I'm guessing, and we lay down on the concrete floor and put that over us and just sleep through the night. For me to say the Pledge of Allegiance at my school every single day and not have a Bible in a federal agency place, it's horrible. It doesn't make sense to me, because like, to me, I always choose God first, and that's all I did there. I would pray. It's not a good place. Like I said, all glory goes to God, and I heard a lot of people talk bad about my dad, but if you want to talk bad about my dad, you have to talk bad about me, because he raised me, and if I have so much support from everyone from my town, then he doesn't deserve any hate, because I was raised from him. Like, everything I got was from my dad. He's a good person. He never did anything wrong. He's a nice guy. I'm very grateful for all the support, more than anything in this world. I didn't specifically know about my immigration status because I came here when I was 6 years old. And when I got here, the woman said, she was like, do you know why you're arrested? And I said, no, I don't. She said, because you overstayed your visa. You came here in 2013, and in 2015 you overstayed. And I told her, I was like, ma'am, I was 7 years old. Like, I don't know nothing about that stuff. Like, I don't understand how it works. And she was the only person in that place that was like, oh, like, I understand, like, I get it. She was the only nice security, one of the only nice security guards. There was this other guy that would let me use the phone at night sometime to talk to my parents. Those two people mean the world to me. The world.
And your dad, how are you feeling about your dad's status and what's going to happen to him?
I don't want anyone to touch my dad. I want my dad, my dad would call me at night with my brother and sister, and he wouldn't stop crying, and he would talk about how, like, he can't even go outside. Like, why? Like, there's no reason for this, you know what I mean? Like, my dad has never did anything wrong. My dad's everything to me. He's never, everything I learned was from my dad, and like, if he shouldn't deserve to get any hate.
At the crowd. In Milford, Massachusetts, hundreds of community members rallied Sunday in support of Marcelo Gomes, an 18-year-old high school student who was detained by ICE while he was on his way to volleyball practice. Gomes, who was born in Brazil, had lived in the Milford area since he was 5 years old. He was also a member of the school band and was scheduled to perform at his school's graduation ceremony Sunday. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey condemned his arrest, saying, quote, "The Trump administration continues to create fear in our communities, and it's making us all less safe," she said.
Time is nearly upon us. Working class independent media, we are going to be streaming, we are going to be syndicating videos, we're going to be playing original content. It all starts June 10th. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel. Get ready to see it on other platforms, and please follow on social media. We are everywhere. Follow, subscribe. It's going to be very exciting. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A lot of people have tried this before. Every time I bring it up to somebody, they say, wow, a lot of people have tried that before. And I say, apparently, yes, I keep hearing that. But no one has pulled it off. No one has gotten it off the ground quite the way we plan to. And believe me, along the way, we've seen how people have failed. We've seen all of the pitfalls. We've seen all of the ways we go, you know what? This is a moment right now where somebody gave up. This is a moment right now where somebody couldn't go on. This right here, this situation, this is what happened to somebody else, and they blew it. And we have moved past it. We have persevered. We have kept moving forward. The hope is that we will not talk about it as much as you will talk about it. The hope is that everyone will be saying, are you watching this space? Do you know about this space? Are you in this space? Are you a part of this space?
1926, Carter G. Woodson gave us Black History Week. Now, almost 100 years later, many of us are still stuck in the month of February. But our legacy, it doesn't just fit into 28 days. The Black Heritage Day app is here to change all of that. It brings Black history to your fingertips every single day of the year. Based on years of research by Dr. Carl Mack, our historian, our griot, just 3 minutes a day, that's all it takes to read, learn, and listen to an oral narrative of your history.
Indeed, the Southern states went to war over the rights for each of the 11 Confederate states to own our ancestors.
To connect with your roots, to teach your children the truth they won't get in school.
In total, he is credited with 28 other inventions. But as a Black inventor, he struggled to gain.
Learn why New Year's Day was once considered the most dreaded day of the year.
Parents were separated from their children, siblings separated, and spouses separated from one another. And today, America has the nerve to lecture us about the status of the Black family.
Understand the political journey of Black America from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party.
It marked the beginning of Blacks' departure from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. And here's why we switched.
Dive into culture and triumph like Sidney Poitier's blockbuster film success. And so much more. From heartbreak to triumph. From January 1st to December 31st. This app is more than a download. It's a movement. It's a community of Black families raising their kids on truth and on legacy. Download the Black Heritage Day app for free in the Google Play Store or on the Apple App Store. This isn't just an app. It is a daily celebration of who we are.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not starts now.
Oh, I am not in the frame. Hold on. Here we go. Let me get the light over here. Come on. Come on. Find it. Find it. Find it. Here we are. Okay. Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
And not care who doesn't like it.
How are you today, Ben?
I'm doing good. Rebecca Azor, how are you?
I'm doing good. Why are you sitting taller than me?
Just angle position, because you taller than me.
It's true. It's facts. But I feel like you just here. Like,
Yeah, I mean, no, because it's just camera position. Like I could lift my camera up. You want me to lift my camera up, son?
no. I
It's
think
like
my camera. I think it's my camera is what I'm saying. It's been a morning, so I ain't fixing this because the way the leg fell, I got to keep the leg the way it is. And you know what's so crazy? I bought the power supply. And Um,
To the camera?
it's not the rice power supply. Give me a moment so I can show you, Ben, because you can show. And this is real time. Let me show you. It's right here.
But it could be your basic Android USB cable.
Okay, let me show you.
So you went and try and buy a whole, yeah. So now I got the most basic USB.
So this is not it?
Nah, that's definitely not it.
Because it's not it.
Laptop charger. What are you doing?
This is not it. And when I looked it
You went
up,
and bought a whole laptop charger. All you needed was the.
I went on Amazon and they said this is the one. It was their best choice. And I spent my last little dollars on this.
You better put that back in the mail, send it back to Amazon.
I gotta send it back, but it's not the one. I was so excited for it, and it's not the one. Because I'm tired of the camera blacking out. And it's not the one, Ben. It's not the one. So in the camera leg, baby, it's just that's why I think that's why we're a little shorter. Because one day I will show you guys what it's set up on, and it's like a box, an old wine box that I've been using for about 4 years. It's wooden. No, actually, somebody had gave me wine in this decorative box, and I just been using it as my camera stand. And then the mini 3 legs that it came with, the camera, the leg. After 5 years, things give out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we've been working on the same gear for 5 years. Why do you think my microphone is down here and not like?
Okay. So even the microphone, the little piece in the back is coming apart, but I'm holding on. And the way I'm hearing you, I know you say the way I'm hearing you from my laptop. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like.
Oh, that's how it sounds.
Oh yeah, no, that's what it sounds like when if you guys were to hear it. I am so used to it that it's easy breezy, lemon squeezy. But when people are here and they hear me working, like my sister, she's like,
How do you even tell what we saying?
She said, what's going on, sis? Why? I said, don't worry about it. You always in my business. But but I'm saying years have gone by and the things still work. And because I know how to work them, it's fine. But I really was excited about this charger because all of you viewers, that camera blacks out at probably the 40-minute mark or whatever. And I was like, I got to do right by my people. And, after all these years, it's time to invest in one. And this is not the plug, guys. This is not the plug. It's not the plug. But it's okay. We're going to be all right. So anyways, other than that, how was your week, Ben?
It's a week. It's been a really good week, right? Didn't really do much for my birthday, but it was.
Oh yes, I forget. Sorry. Sorry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know the rest of that part, but happy birthday to you. Benjamin P. Dixon did age, again, another year of life.
Yes.
God has given him on the 5th of June. Ben is
even though I didn't do a lot for my birthday, it was excuse my language, it was a hell of a birthday. Elon Musk, Donald Trump went to war on my birthday. It was beautiful. It's the anniversary of Ronald Reagan dying. It was just like, come on, like how it's the same. Well, I don't know if this is something to celebrate. The same day that Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations, was born. And I always do want to pause. Like I'm joking about all the rest of them, but I share a birthday with Breonna Taylor. We share the same birthday. So shout out to that queen. Rest in peace to that queen.
Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor.
But yeah, it was a good day and it was a good week. Got a lot done. A lot of really important calls and meetings. And shout out to Dr. Mack for setting up some really dope connections for me and for the work
for you.
Doing in the background. So it's been a great week. How about you, Rebecca?
As you can see, it didn't work. It didn't work. And bad hair day. The week was fine. There was nothing wrong with the week. It's just it was just a lot having to do a lot, piece a lot together. But and and then take a moment to breathe. Every day this week, I was like, girl, you gonna run. I didn't want to this week. I was like really pulling teeth, the ones that I have left, so that I can get out there and hit the pavement. But I don't know. It wasn't a drag like bad things were happening to me. It was just a drag mentally that I just didn't feel like pouring into me in any way. But I forced myself to get up, and oh, that's probably why. Look, I'll be saying things like life don't be life, man. I did get a phone call from a doctor, and I know people will be like, doctors are great. And I did get a phone call from my doctor. Remember, I told you guys I was going to the doctor on my birthday and to get a panel test done. And they told me that I have PCOS. I'm like, dang, to get from here to go to polycystic ovarian syndrome. Yeah. So maybe that's what kind of triggered me. I really put that to the back of my head. But I'm not afraid. I'm not, I've been through something already. I don't really claim it. I know that's what is said right now, but my health is pretty good. So it's just taking care of myself. It's just another thing with the panel. And then they charged me for the panel. I was talking about this on Leftist Mafia. Maybe that, look, I really pushed that to the back of my head. Like I really, but I still pushed through, hit the pavement, made sure, cook my meals, watching what I eat, making sure I take care of me. That's the most important part of all of this. Unfortunately, the panel, my insurance didn't cover the panel. I didn't know that. And so they billed me for that as well. But through it all, I am okay. I know how we all don't be sad for me because I'm breathing, I'm living, I'm going to continue to live. This is going to be handled. I will be a mother eventually. All these things, will happen for me. Health, and that's probably why I kind of probably felt a little low, but I was making sure I fight through that and focus on me. So but that's also why I just haven't been in the mood of creating, unfortunately. It's been just pushing through. Again, not depressed, not really sad about it, kind of figuring out how my mind mentally can add that to something. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so that's pretty much where I'm at. But we are not sad. So nobody be sad for me. No, none of that. Don't do it. Don't do it. We are okay. So
Absolutely. Well, yeah, no, Becca, I've already seen you be extremely strong through extremely difficult situations. So I know you've got what it takes to not only tough it through but see it through. So we got you. We all, everybody in the chat room already, like they lifting you up. They got your back. So if nothing else, you got hundreds of people who gonna be cheering you on as you push through this.
Yeah, just to stay with me. Everything's gonna be fine. We're not doing no pity parties. Unfortunately, a lot more women who are millennials are diagnosed with PCOS. And some women go undiagnosed and don't know why their bodies are doing what it's doing hormonally. But we're good. We're going to be all right. I know there's a lot of women probably watching right now who are like, girl, yes, I can relate, because a lot, PCOS just seems to be in the millennial women, especially women of color community. We have a lot of hormonal issues that try to attack the body and prevent us from living our best lives. So with that being said, just stay in solidarity with me. We got this. We gonna do it.
For sure.
And yeah. And yes, I actually gotten the vaccine. That was something that I got the first time around when the cancerous cells whole thing was up. It's just been a lot. Being a woman is hey lot. Speaking of being a woman and being a lot, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I probably might do a video on this if God gives me strength. Ben, I don't know if you watched it. It's not gonna be a spoiler alert. I'm just gonna tell you guys, a little bit of a summary, but not like with detail. Tyler Perry ain't my favorite, right? He hasn't been my favorite for about a decade. However, he did great with 6888. Can't even front. Did that thing. I mean, bellissimo. And he recently dropped something with Taraji. Immediately, as someone who is not in favor with how he
portrays black women
and their pain and their struggles all day, just, every day, all day. We know that. He got it right this time. The portrayal of the pain, the portrayal of being pushed to the edge. And it's funny that I mentioned this after saying all that, but he got it right. The cracking, the breaking points. But then basically having somebody or needing somebody who can see you past that. Just so that you can get to the other side of it and you can deal with your mess. You can deal with your trauma.
What movie is this? What show?
Oh,
is
it's Straw. And Taraji gave us a show. Taraji gave us a show. I think even men can relate to it. Absolutely. I think men can even relate to it. Just a people perspective. But because, it is a black woman and that perspective, a lot of us can relate to, especially with the latest our presidential candidate losing last year, and then feeling the weight of the world and what that felt like. But you got to watch it up to the end. Maybe watching it throughout, you'll be rolling your eyes. Maybe the end will give you a different perspective. But it just really shows a togetherness that I really don't see right now. And I know y'all can shoot me up in the comments and whatever, but I really don't see that within the black space currently. It's more so people centering themselves, people pushing away from people who may seem like they're going through what they're calling crash outs now. And they need people around them. There's more judgment than help. I've been seeing, especially in the virtual world. It's easy to jump on a bandwagon to beat somebody, how Ole would say, to beat somebody's back in, kick somebody's back in. It's easy to do that nowadays. If somebody has an opinion that may be different from another black woman's perspective, and it's not harmful, but it's just another opinion, the mean girls will come out and attack. I've seen that so much online. If you don't follow the any talking points or anything from that month from the Mean Girls crew online on a certain space where they're thriving, where it's only them that can be, then you will be shut out, cursed out by people who you would think are allies. So to see in a moment like this, where you can see black women in different spaces, see you past your trauma, to believe you enough to get to the other side of it. Sometimes that's all you need, because people can throw you away. When you have reached your breaking point, you can be a lot for people, and people can throw you away. But in this movie, there were people that just said, "I seen you." Now, were there some parts I was like, "Nah, come on, nah." Yeah.
It wouldn't be Tyler Perry if not.
Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be. I said, "Nah, yeah, but it was too good for me to stay right there. It was too good for me not to call a thing online and say, I'm just sitting with why I like this movie. I'm sitting with the why right now, even though it put me through an anxiety rush, a relatable one. But even though some people are like, it's too extreme. If you can watch things like John Q and be like a work of art, you can watch something like this and say, this has strong messaging in so many different ways. So if you haven't already,
where did you see that? Because I don't have all
on
those.
the Flicks of Net.
Netflix. I just canceled my Netflix. I was so tired of paying them. They kept raising the prices.
We went from $6.99 when I had your password. Look, Benjamin P. Dixon, when I couldn't afford it at $6.99, I was using yours about 8-9 years ago. Look. And then I made a coin. And I was able to pay for my own Flicks of Net. But on my computer, every time I would log in, it was yours. And I said,
might as well use it.
The laziness in me said, I'm not logging into this computer. I'm gonna leave it on Ben's until one day I couldn't.
I am the reason they changed the law. I had so many people using my network black password all over the country. I think at least 15 people were using my password alone.
And that's why they said they made a stop. Of course, they all the money.
That's why they started raising the money. And I was like, all right,
capitalistic. I got and it was during COVID. They said we're just gonna go from 11 to 20. I know you've been furloughed. I know you ain't got, I know the kids can't eat. I know you probably on the street, can't pay for housing. But Netflix is just going to do something for you, and we're going to raise the price. We're going to raise the price. But they weren't the only one that raised the price. How many other of these streaming services raised the price on us?
All of them.
All of them. So we went from paying for cable for one set price to now
everything.
paying for all of these things individually, way more than we pay for basic cable.
Right. That's the way of the world is now. And you gotta don't have like 3 favorite shows and each of them on different platforms, and then different seasons are split up against different platforms. But anyway, they just just a new way to get the last dime out of us.
And they gonna get it out of me every month when I forget to cancel it.
It's the forgetting to cancel these things that make you so mad. Like, oh, I got an extra day. No, you didn't. It's already come out your account.
Facts. And it'd be like, Lord, like what? Lord, please, like don't let them get me. You know who's getting me right now? Adobe. Is that how you say Adobe?
I canceled them last month. I canceled them last.
I mean, like, I done preached about this on the show. I've canceled all of these streaming services. I've done all this. And then the devil got me wrapped right back up in it because I wanted to watch one show that the people was talking about. And I said, I want to watch it too. I just want to watch it too. I don't want to give my computer, which is already on its last leg, different diseases from trying to watch it on the Blackwell, like in the background. I didn't want to do that no more, Ben. I wanted to watch it. So I said, let me do the 6 days, 1 week free trial. And I always forget to cancel.
Yep, there it is.
And so when you go over there and you're getting your little groceries for that day, because you can only shop for 1 day groceries these days when you got a little change on you. Wow. Go to the grocery store, and I said, okay, it's on the card.
Wow, wait a minute. Is that, I thought
Netflix came through.
More people doing that?
Yeah.
The people buying groceries for 1 day?
Okay, absolutely. I do, because doing it for a whole day, a whole week is not realistic, because that's it's like $250. $250 every single time. So I got to do it like per day, to make sure none of the things that I'm getting is going to spoil by the week, or like I have food I can cook right now. I have things throughout the week that I have already, like especially because I changed my diet so much now, to make sure we're staying healthy. So I have things, grains, all the healthier fruits and things here. But when I need to get that protein, that meat, I'm like, I'm gonna just go up here to the Spanish folks right up in here where they butchering the chicken and they giving it to you for a good price. They butchering the meats right there for a good price, solid price. And I also have Sprouts. I know it's a bougie little spot that ain't really got what the folks want, but white people love it, and it's my corner store. So I also use that one as well, they have sales sometimes, and I will go there and get me a nice even though they don't be seasoning it the way I want to, Alaskan salmon. Mm-hmm. Y'all, here's a recipe I need to try. Go ahead, get you a cucumber, right? Cut that cucumber up, slice it, dice it. Slice up some little cherry tomatoes. Slice up some serrano peppers for some flavor, some spice. I like myself spicy, Caribbean girl. And then break up the salmon while you're cooking it up, Alaskan salmon while you cook it, season it up. Put that there inside the bowl, mix it up. Put some purple onions up there and mix it up. I do some ginger dressing these days, but put some yogurt dressing on there, or some ranch dip dressing, mix it up in there. And that salad is busted. Don't say I ain't never taught y'all nothing in this lifetime, because it's good.
All right. We'll try it.
Yeah, try it. It's healthy. It's healthy, because the way this back was set up in 2020, it helped me. It helped me a lot, Ben, because I was walking around like this because my back, I was a big back, and it just had me up here like this.
That's all I hear in my house all day long. Big back, big back. My kids calling each other big backs.
Why are the kids calling each other?
It's the thing this month, this semester. They go by.
Where do they get big back from? If y'all got them kids homeschool, where they getting big back from?
They still have access to the internet, so they still see everything that's going on. They know every meme. They know every meme. They're not missing out on nothing.
Oh, that is so hilarious. Speaking of who's not,
they even got me watching Corey Kenshin. You know who that is? Corey Kenshin.
Is that like the kids Kai Cenat?
Yeah. But much better. I think
okay. All right. But I don't know. Maybe my kids know them.
Much better for the household, for my kids.
Oh, okay. Let's be clear.
Look at that.
What? The new feature on the side?
Mm-mm. Look at the love.
And
For
God is
you, for your
good.
channel. Look
Oh,
at
on
that.
my
Check
channel?
with.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's what I say. Come on now. Come
Look,
on,
oh, who
somebody.
channel? Look, because I'll just be like, oh, that's all. That's okay. Thank you so much. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Thank you for
let's
that.
get to some news. We were a little somber. I say, don't be sad for me. We're celebrating life. Whose life we're celebrating? Benjamin P. Dixon. And before we take any news, because we're gonna get through this pretty quickly because I do have to be somewhere as well. But before we do that, I also want you guys, and this is on me. I know Ben does it for me very often, all the time. But on his birthday, please send him some love in his Cash App. I don't know if it's his Cash App, but in the Cash App. Okay, poster. Okay, folks, thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. You guys, if you're looking on the screen right now, happy birthday to our host, Mr. Benjamin P. Dixon. All right, that is Pastor Ben to you, because he wrote the words right there. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and all your favorite
Well,
things.
you know,
The-
my wife put this together for
and
church.
I love your wife for this.
Yeah.
The Cash App is Lady Dixon 503. That's LADYDIXON 503. Lady Dixon 503. Bless your host on today. Generation of Praise. Also, make sure you head over to Ben's page to support
Hey.
his whole ministry, Generation of Praise, while you are sending some love, some blessings, right? Some some love and blessings to him for his birthday, as you would do any pastor in the household. Do it digitally for your pastor, Pastor Ben. Happy birthday. Look, that's our pastor. You know how the ladies that be working the deaconess and stuff. That's our pastor. Make sure you bless them. Make sure you bless them. Now, on to today's crazy. Who we're not gonna bless, who has not blessed us. And although actually they've blessed us with good cat fighting. The girls are fighting. Ben, I know you've been watching this as your birthday gift on June 5th. What are the girls fighting about?
You know, on the surface level, it was about the big, beautiful bill and Elon Musk being so concerned with the deficit that it's going to create. And don't get me wrong, the triple B is going to definitely create insane deficits. It's definitely not in the best interest of anybody except the super rich that are getting tax cuts in it. And that seems to be where it jumped off at. But I don't really think Dr. Mack had a way better analysis of it. At the core of it, I think it's about, and again, this is from Dr. Mack. They are Elon Musk is getting just absolutely devastated in his companies, right? Elon Musk, the inventory, they have way more cyber trucks than they're able to sell. People aren't buying them anymore.
I've seen that.
And the more that Donald Trump aligns, or Elon Musk aligns with Donald Trump, the more people are rejecting him. And I think he is finding out really fast that the markets can give and the markets will take away. Like people don't want to buy Teslas anymore. People don't want to be associated with that, with his brand anymore. And he's not all powerful. Like his money is based off of Tesla, a good portion of it. And he has a board of directors that can get rid of him. And we're coming up to in July 21st, they're coming out with Tesla's quarterly earnings. And last quarterly earnings, they lost so much money because of how much Elon Musk has been associating with Donald Trump and MAGA. And they're projecting that he's going to lose even more in this quarter. So Elon Musk, I think the truth is that Elon Musk is on his way to lose Tesla because the shareholders and the board of directors aren't going to be able to keep putting up with how destructive he's been to their brand. And so that's Dr. Mack's theory. He thinks that this is what it's all about. Because like Donald Trump says in this clip that Elon Musk saw the bill. Elon Musk knew the bill that he's complaining about now. He already knew what was in it. And he already knew he was going to get a huge tax break in it as well. And
the big, beautiful bill?
The big, beautiful bill, yes. So I think that's what I'm kind of with Dr. Mack on this one. I don't think it has anything truly to do with the big, beautiful bill. Elon Musk trying to act like he really is concerned with the deficit, all the while the tax breaks are what's blowing the deficit out of the water in the first place. So, part of me thought maybe it's just a dog and pony show. But when he came out and said that Donald Trump is on the Epstein list, I was like, okay, this kind of getting a little deep now. I don't know if it's a dog and pony show. I don't know if it's like controlled opposition anymore. I think Elon Musk probably was hitting some really good drugs and finally said what he wanted to say.
That man just looks like he be glitching and
Oh my goodness,
sniffing and just all kinds of whatever they do when they rich and got nothing else to do. A couple of things. So they did take to their platforms. Donald Trump has his platform, which is, what is Donald Trump's platform?
Truth Social.
Truth Social. He took to Truth Social, and then you have, I don't know if we have any of the tweets. We could actually listen to any of the sound bites we have as well. But just in the meantime, Donald Trump took to his social media platform, and Elon Musk took to, because we ready today. And Elon Musk took to his platform. They were going back and forth. And you're right, Ben. I think what Dr. Mack was coming up with is that I think we all know. Not I think. I know that we all know that Elon Musk is not about the people. Saying any cuts about Medicaid that he didn't want it, or any cuts about this, it was going to hurt. There was nothing like that, because you are a Nazi, Elon Musk. You saluted. You have tried every and which way to hurt marginalized people, including your own children. You have stated that there's white genocide, an imaginary white genocide, and brought people over they probably need to go home now, because I don't think Donald Trump is going to allow this thing to go any further. Elon Musk may have a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he ain't American. And that's what really matters in this moment. Like, his own people are going to turn on him. Tech bros are going to see this and be like, yeah, Elon Musk, but you're not American. I think that the right is going to say, he's saying too much. A lot of the people, I see people who are shocked that Elon Musk is saying things like Trump is part of the Epstein files, and that's why they have not been released in totality. And so we're like, but we've been new. But the right's like,
right,
he's a part of the Epstein files, Donald Trump.
And
it's like, now you always knew that.
Right.
Yeah. So what do we have here?
And here's what's there's so many layers to this, right? Somebody just mentioned Ro Khanna in the chat room, who's a Democrat. What really made me mad in this, everything was great. Like, just let them fight, right? Like AOC said, the girls are fighting, let them fight. But then you had some Democrats who turned around and said, oh, look, this is our opportunity to get Elon Musk on our side. How, Sway? Like, how we doing that after everything you've seen this man say and do? And it just reminded me that there will always be Democrats who are willing to sacrifice poor people, working class people, and especially Black people in order to get a little bit of money from some billionaires so that they can stay in power and they can get whatever power they're seeking. And it just really, there was too many of them. It's too many Democrats who are just waiting for an opportunity to cozy up with this man who already did a Nazi salute. This man who was already creating violence towards Black people on Twitter. This man who has already done everything he could to undermine democracy. This man who has infiltrated every critical system in the United States with his artificial intelligence and with all of his algorithms and his staff. And you are telling me that as soon as he looked like he was turning on Trump, you guys are starting to sweat him and starting to try to court him. And that's the problem with people. Their only value is being anti-Trump. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of reason to be anti-Trump.
Preach.
But when you are only anti-Trump, that'll put you right square in the hands of another Nazi.
Talk to me. Because let me tell you something. When I got onto the internet, and the reason I got onto the internet on June 5th was because I wanted to see what the people, like, what the conversation was going. This is how fickle and I was saying this on Thursday as well. It's so interesting to see. I know they were saying, "Oh, I didn't see it anywhere in MySpace." Well, in MySpace, not the website from the early 2000s, but in my social media sphere, I saw a lot of people, white to black, Latino, the same people who talked about holding votes and all that. Here they are online treating Elon Musk as if he is the man that shot the United, unalive the United healthcare guy. Now it's
Luigi.
Elon. Elon, tell us more. Elon, just spill it all. We not mad at you, Elon. No, Elon called you an ER every single day until that day, June 5th. Let's be clear. He's still a Nazi. F him and the clique he claims, and that's Nazi.
Come on.
And go ahead and let the girls fight. Because my cord didn't work, man. It didn't work. But go ahead and let the girls fight. And we can watch them eviscerate each other.
Yes.
And we can watch them tear each other apart enough to give us evidence so that we can use against the current administration.
Exactly.
The only problem is, once that is done, who comes behind him?
JD Vance, who actually, if you honestly think about it, JD Vance is worse than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is kind of a basic, the phrase is a basic bitch, but I'm trying to be,
I can say it for you.
Really, yeah. Donald Trump is just trying to save his behind. Donald Trump is just trying to get his bag and stay out of jail. Really simple, right? If you look at anything that drives Donald Trump, it's his ego, it's money, and it's self-preservation.
Yeah.
JD Vance literally has no conviction other than power. All JD Vance wants, JD Vance will turn on a dime. JD Vance called Donald Trump a Hitler, and now he's kissing Donald Trump's behind, right? JD Vance is more calculating. JD Vance has more patience. He'll do far more damage than Donald Trump is capable of doing, which is why one of the things Elon Musk said in this whole tirade, and we have most of the tweets in this mashup, is that they wanted to now impeach Donald Trump. And you know you can't say impeach Donald Trump and not make some Democrats get excited. You know what I mean? But you're right. Who comes after Donald Trump? JD Vance.
And so JD Vance, you said, is now showing his behind against Donald Trump in this moment. What? See, I missed all this because there was just so much messiness, and I was trying to keep along with the news. Like, it's just. But so you're telling me JD Vance now, Ben, because this is giving As the World Turns, or the Housewives, White House, because the girls are fighting. We're gonna get to that phrasing that the white women were upset about as well. But so tell me more about this. So JD Vance has outright showed his disdain and alliance to the rhetoric of Elon Musk.
No. JD Vance has quietly and as timidly as he, because you got to understand, JD Vance only exists because of Elon Musk and the tech bros over in Silicon Valley, Peter Thiel. Like they made him. They took him out of the country backwoods of his
Ohio
hillbilly LG life, and they branded him. But he knows he has to remain loyal to Donald Trump until they can really get rid of Donald Trump. No. He didn't come out on side of Elon Musk. He took forever to finally come out and give some milquetoast statement of support for Donald Trump, which to me is just as revealing. Like, you don't come out the gate swinging for your boss. You don't come out swinging for your president. You don't come out on his side immediately. No, what he did was he waited hours, and then he made some little, kind of corny little statement saying, I pleasure to serve with Donald Trump, some mess like that.
Wow. So messy. I'm glad that, we're letting them do what they need to do. But I do not want people to fangirl over the fact that Elon Musk is out here talking about Donald Trump. Let them do what they're going to do. Let us watch them burn. Of course, we're going to take notes because we have to make sure that we're screenshotting and taking notes and piecing together things that they're saying or threatening, because we need to use that against this current administration. However, please don't fangirl and make
Not
this a
gonna do it.
thing over Elon Musk. I've seen too much of it starting on the internet, and I want you to know that while we are all ears, we are our hearts and minds, men, they're going to be clear. We need to be mindful that he is still the enemy. Always has been, always will been, has done destruction. Over here on this show, I know I ain't down nobody. We all know. But what I've seen in these social media spaces that are quick to give Liz Cheney a pass because she denounced Trump after voting for him over 90% of the time and benefiting from him, ride for these people, we not getting on that bus.
That's right.
We not getting on that short bus.
Look, and let me tell
Okay.
you something. If they ever want to find a reason and a cause for see, there's those of us who there's those people on the left and progressives and all those labels, whatever, who just outright hate the Democratic Party, and they decided not to vote this time, and Then there's those of us who give the Democratic Party a side eye, but because we know politics, we like, okay, we're going to vote for the lesser two evils. If y'all ever want to give those of us who voted for you only because you're the lesser of two evils a reason to be your prime enemy, Democratic Party, hear me clearly. Come out in support of Elon Musk and watch and see if we don't fight against you as hard as we fight against Donald Trump, and just let it all burn. Because what's the point? What is the point of a Democratic Party who says, "Ooh, let's go and get in bed with this fascist so we can fight this other fascist"? Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah. Oh, the hat's making me just be. I can only see the whites in their eyes. I can only see the whites of their eyes. Let me let the light catch up real quick. The people are upset, man. The people are upset. What story is this before I get to the phrasing of the girls are fighting? Which one is this? What story is this?
On the screen right here. The Supreme Court restoring Doge's access to sensitive Social Security data and says it doesn't have to turn over documents, right? And so this is the other thing. Like I'm going to be honest with you. Elon Musk is more dangerous than Donald Trump. I listen, I get that the power that Donald Trump has as the president of the United States and the cult that he drives, I believe is an existential threat to the United States and to democracy. Yeah. But guess who is in position with all of our data, with the technology necessary to manipulate our lives at the highest level? And it's not that I think Elon Musk is a genius like everybody else. I actually don't think he's that smart. But he definitely has geniuses surrounding him who have no morals, no guiding principles. They'll be just as happy with fascism as they are with democracy. In fact, they hate democracy. And we have the Supreme Court with a decision like this that leaves him with access or gives him access back to critical Social Security information, right? And now he doesn't have to turn over documents revealing their processes. So now you have the richest man in the world who has all access to all of our data, who doesn't even have to turn over documentation of how he got the data, how he's using the data, and what came of it. And so he gets to work in complete and total secrecy with the most critical information and infrastructure of the United States of America. It's not just Social Security Department. He's in the Department of Defense. He's in the Department of Treasury. He's even in the CIA. I mean, really, I'm so mad with Democrats. Ro Khanna, like we had Ro Khanna on our show a couple times, right?
I remember.
And I'm like, you people are really showing that you have not a clue of what we're actually dealing with. Because truth be told, priority number one has to be to get Elon Musk out of our systems.
Yes.
His AI out of our systems, get his staffers out of our departments, get rid of him, and then use all the information he gives up in this feud to go against Donald Trump.
They're not smart enough to see it that way. It's the focusing on it's a win for Donald Trump to be ousted. and then to keep ties in some way with Elon Musk. So Donald Trump, because they've been trying to prove that he's been an issue. So if they can get him out, or if they, that's what they, but the focus is, like you said, been the real spawn of Satan is right here. That built up JD Vance for such a time as this. And this is what, like, this is very strategic. I don't think we've watched, we discussed right here on the show, a lot of Democrats who, stood idly by as these things were unfolding and tried to make their comments last minute. And then we have, we're seeing right before our eyes a lot of what Elon Musk is actually capable of, because what he can actually do even outside of the White House now. Now, what's going to happen with Tesla? Do you think he cares? Do you think, well, you know what? The type of person that he is, I actually do think it'll affect him. That's why he bought Twitter, because he can't take anything. He can't take people talking about him losing or, highlighting that about him. He's going to, that's why I do believe that he's not going to leave this White House just the way he left. He's going down. He's going to make it as messy as possible until he owns something from it, until he has some kind of win from it, which might be our Social Security information. And just, like, who knows? Now, white people were whiting on social media, and particularly white women. This is one woman, and there were so many others, and they call themselves liberals. They call it, which is the feminist, movement people and things like that. They don't get things, and then they be loud and wrong. These are the people that I think are adjacent to the bouncy house at the protest. So here we are, all online. The first thing I said before I even saw it online, that's how I know Black people, we all think the same. We all know the same. No matter where we're from, we're going to say the same thing. The girls are fighting, right? Phrase that comes from the Black community, particularly from the LGBTQIA plus community, right? Black gays, always, the girls are fighting, okay? Now, here's what Erland's said. People keep saying, this is on Threads, people keep saying, let me do the voice that I think is, people keep saying about the Elon versus Trump drama, the girls are fighting. You realize that's misogyny, right? It's not clever. See, that line tells me it came from where it came from. It's not clever. You're reinforcing the idea that women are petty, dramatic, and unserious. You're using femininity as the punchline, mocking two egomaniacal. Is that it, Ben?
Egomaniacal.
Okay, thank you so much. Leave it to Ben to get me right. I love this for me. Mocking two egomaniacal will now be a part of my language. Mocking two egomaniacal billionaires shouldn't come at the expense of women. Like, if your insult relies on misogyny, it's not the burn you think it is. Burn.
I'm so glad she didn't really, I think she thought she ate with that, and she only got like 2,700 likes. So, nobody's agreeing with you, not for real. We got the clip that she's talking about.
Please. And she's talking about AOC, of course. A lot of them mentioned AOC by name. A lot of the white women were upset. They named AOC by name, and they said that she should have never said that. That's misogyny. It's making women look a certain kind of way. Women are not that. Women are strong. Women are white women. They mad. They mad at this woman for saying the girls are fighting, which is a cultural term used in mostly the Black community, and our brown friends use it as well. It is, and it's really a term that we got from the LGBTQIA plus community. But let's take a listen.
For being together in this.
Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now.
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they? I would say that this was something that was a long time coming, where we've been seeing that these two huge egos were not long for being together in this world as friends. And so I think this breakup we've been seeing a long time coming, but we'll see what the impacts are of it legislatively.
The girls are fighting, aren't they?
President Trump on Twitter right now.
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
She put some. She put a
She
little.
put the girls are. She put the congresswoman.
Razzle dazzle on it.
She put the congresswoman on it. Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they? She did it in a way that was palatable, in my opinion, to the white liberal feminist women, and they still are like, the girls are fighting. Oh my. And what's so funny is TikTok white people like that always take the other stuff. Like they'll say it's giving, because that's what they're saying now. All them women, I bet you, if I go down their timeline, they're saying that like things like it's giving or finna or whatever TikTok has told them that they can say, just outright. But they can't clock. The girls are fighting. You can't clock it because it was never meant for you to clock, right? It was never meant for you to feel comfortable with. It was, if we're all saying the same thing, these two men who are anti-women, how about we say the girls are fighting? How about, because they assume that that's only a girl thing to do. Meanwhile, we watching two men, right? How they would say, act like women. So the girls are fighting. And for people to, again, Ben, it's this issue with centering yourself, moving away from what the real issue is. We was all supposed to be in this together on the internet. We was all supposed to say, this is what's going on. We were supposed to be breaking it down. We were supposed to be educating folks on what's really going on. We were supposed to be celebrating that they were the ones that set themselves on fire, that they're the ones breaking up. We didn't have to give any kind of information. They did this on their own. We knew that this was coming, but not this soon. That's what we should have been at. White women had to go and say, it's too black for me. That's absolutely, you know what? Like, that's too black.
Like liberals. I just don't like, I'm starting to have a real visceral reaction to them. Like, I want to fight them as much as I want to fight MAGA. Like, cause underneath that, and I don't know about that one sister that we're talking about. Like, so I don't know anything about her work at all. I don't know anything about
No, I don't know this lady.
I know that there's this thread rather in liberalism that is just so caught up in their own world and their own way of thinking that they are self-destructive to their own ends. And it's not just even liberals. Like, we see the same thing in leftism. Like, you have a whole lot of leftists who look at AOC and they're like, oh, she's no good for us anymore. And she's like, they want to destroy her because she's not perfectly progressive or perfectly a leftist. It's the same thing with liberals. I'm like, all of y'all politics at the end of the day is destructive and it's self-absorbed. And a lot of times they can't see anything. They can't see the forest for the trees because of things like this. This is not where we need to expend our energy. Like, who even really cares that she said this? I saw it and I was like, okay, cool.
Because it wasn't only her. I saw it and I said, cool, just like you did, Ben. I swiped away. Then I said, is that the same?
Kept moving,
I said, is that the same white woman? It was another one. Then I swiped that away. It was another white one. It's like they got into a white woman's meeting and said, we must stop this. because women are being, girl, please. Somebody said, I know you're trying to be deep, but the phrase the girls are fighting is about gay men. She says, I see people pointing that out now, and damn, the homophobia of it all.
Wait a minute. What it is, though, is that they don't want people to have the power over their own language and their own narrative. It's like the people. It's honestly, it's like black folks who lose their mind when black folks use the N-word, right? It's like white folks who try to lecture black folks. Oh, we get to say the N-word because you say the N-word. No. There's very nuanced and contextualized usages. I wouldn't say the girls are fighting because it's just not in my vernacular. It's just not something that I would normally say.
That was the first thing I said.
If AOC says it, then I feel like it's like it might not be authentically, it might have come from the LGBTQIA community, but I see that she's using it as a tool to apply to men in an anti-feminist way, right? Because these are men who say women are too emotional. And so she's reversing it. She's doing a judo move and saying, now who's emotional? The girls are fighting. Come on, man.
Yep. Like, see, there's so many women. All I did was put in on threads, the girls are fighting, and so many white women are offended, and it's so crazy. But it's funny to see. It wasn't for you, sis. Find your version of it. Find your version of it and y'all stay in that world with it. If that gives you peace. But to comment on cultural tones that you don't get, back it up, baby.
You weren't
Back it up,
even
baby.
invited to the party. Like you can't even get in the club and you were commenting about how it makes you come on now. And you don't, especially when you don't even know the original context. How are you offended about something? It's like people being offended about and trying to redefine the word woke. You don't even know the original context, or you know it and you don't like it, and so you're trying to make sure that nobody else gets to use it in a fashion that you don't approve of. It's their own version of gatekeeping.
Yeah, censoring yourself. Move out. Get your behind out the way. Yeah.
Exactly, Braxton. Like, who even invited them to the party? Ain't nobody.
Right. Now, how y'all get in here?
We didn't invite you to use AAVE. And you know what? I promise on everything. It's like, I think we do need a gatekeep. It's like
you saying we didn't invite them. Every day somebody is giving giving somebody a to-go plate or an open invitation at the cookout for doing a little measly two-step off key, singing off key, can't hold no notes. Just doing a little booty shake. Even in other cultures, just because you swing your hips a little in some compa, now you invited to come eat some griot, diliac sauce, poisson wars.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You know what? And then I'm okay. Then I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna go in the total opposite direction, because then I see some people and I see like, and this is rare. This is rare. So don't nobody quote me on this, and don't you soundbite me on this. But I was watching this video of some sisters, some white ladies who were growing up in a level of poverty and raising black kids in a world, and I heard an authenticity to it because of where they had to get it up from the gutter. They getting it from the gutter. Like, this is AAVE comes as a result of getting it from the gutter, and we make our own language. And then if you share that experience, whether you are black or not, I can take a step back and say, okay, I can appreciate that. For example, George Floyd's not wife, I think it was just his partner though, his baby mama. When I heard that sister talk about justice, it was something totally different than just some of these white women who are out here making content about justice. When you've experienced something, then you can come to the cookout. But when you just making a brand out of it, keep your mouth shut.
Keep your cranberries that I like at the sandwiches at Publix out of the cookouts.
Hey, listen, I do like the cranberries though. But not the potato salad.
I had me a nice good one the other day at Publix. I ain't even gonna hold you. It made me feel better. It made me feel better. But at the cookouts, at the Haitian compa events,
listen.
I don't want you there.
Pumpkin spice in the fall. I'm with you.
You know that pumpkin spice is a new thing. I am now starting to. I used to never be a red onions girl. Cut up any red onions and put them in anything. I'm doing fresh red onions. I'm eating tomato, little grape tomatoes. For little snacks. So they have their place, but they can't come to our functions telling us. They can't come to our functions telling us how to function. If I go to Publix and I get your little cranberry, little sandwich, and I eat it in peace at the, in the parking lot so nobody sees me on the black side of town. If I do that, then I do that. But I don't go and tell you how to whip that cranberry sandwich, chicken salad up. I'm not gonna do it. I won't go to the right function and tell y'all how to function. I won't do it. I will try to see if I can move a little offbeat like you. I will try to sing the song, like you. I will do it. But you can't come to black folk stuff. You can't come underneath black folk stuff or brown folks things, and people of colors things to tell them how to be. And particularly right now, that phrase, of course, is culturally black in the gay community, and they know how they use it. And how people use it. I have not heard it offensive at all until white women thought that this was offensive, now centering themselves and how they felt in a moment where we needed to highlight how terrible Donald Trump is, how terrible Elon Musk is, but how beautiful it is to see that they're burning themselves alive.
And to see, listen, let me tell you something. And one thing I'll stand on 10 toes down is the destructive nature of the male ego. There's nothing on the planet that is as destructive as the male ego, and it is 100% 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times more emotional than anything I've ever seen from any woman in the history of
And
women.
that's the point of the girls are fighting in other senses. Like, let's be for real. You know, it's how emotional, it's saying that you're too emotional because that is the stigma associated with. So, especially those two men who are misogynist themselves, let's go ahead and tattoo them with the phrasing that we know that they use against, oh, women are this, women are that. Well, look at you two. Look at how you guys are. By definition, that from you guys, you're two women fighting.
Look, just cat fighting on the internet, just going back and forth with a little pet. And here's the thing, like, it's great for humanity. God bless. Please keep fighting. Whoever Elon Musk drug dealer is, please send him more. Keep him in this stage, because the more they destroy each other, the better it works out for humanity. But at the end of the day, it is a reflection of how just the simplest things can cause a movement that was so powerful. As much as I know how evil MAGA is, it was the unification of Trump and Musk that really created something that was so destructive and so powerful that really is almost changing the course of history. But look at how fragile the male ego is. They can't even keep their coalition together. Now they might get back the band might get back together. You know, they might be back together before, but at the end of the day, you can see how the ego that exists between men can destroy literally every dream MAGA ever had was right in front of them, but the egos of those two small men destroyed it.
Absolutely. And we're gonna let them do that. But don't think that while they're destroying each other, they're not continuing to destroy communities, local. Yes. They're not continuing to destroy Black and brown lives. They're not continuing to make sure that things against immigrants will be set in place. Things against urban communities will continue to be removed. They're not pushing propaganda that is harmful to marginalized communities. They're still doing that. They're still doing that. Well, they're still completing that and doing it and making sure that these things are seen through, because that's how much they hate. And even while they're hating each other and fighting each other, the hate has to make it through. Yes, that's a great comment. I did see it. And
this is like when Jamie Foxx says something to the effect that, look at how they did Jesus. How do you think they'll do you? And Jennifer Aniston thought it was anti-Semitic.
It was a whole thing to the point where they were trying to cancel Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
Okay. Well, everybody knows that in the church or in Black communities, we're going to say, look how they did Jesus.
They're going to do it to you.
We could be strong and wrong in the situation, but we're going to say they used to crucify Jesus. They
what
ain't
you think
like
they're going to do to you? Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free?
Okay, listen. So you can't say that around these people because they're gonna be like, wow. And Black people had to step for Jamie Foxx, even though Jamie Foxx loved him, a Jennifer Aniston type. Black people had to come and step and say, hold on now, our good ghostly sis. We know that what he said is not what you are saying at all. If you don't get it, just say that and go. Yes. Ask for clarity and go. Don't get on and cry to the most powerful people out here. Y'all know. And then make it a whole thing and make him seem anti-Semitic. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's hilarious too. Because it's like how the nuances of inside jokes and the nuances of language require that you have the experience. Otherwise, you just won't get it, and it's not for you, and that's what it should be. So then the unmitigated gall and the caucasity require for you to insert yourself into a community that you ain't never been a part of and say, oh, you don't get to use language that way. Oh, you don't get to have an inside joke like that. Or, oh, you don't get to have a meme where you transmit information like Jamie Foxx did in that way. Like that's like the ultimate colonization, because we have these sub communities, these communities that are on the side because y'all were racist throughout history in the first place. We got the Black church because the white church didn't want us to worship with them, and now you want to lecture us about how we communicate with each other in the Black church.
We speak Creole because our colonizers, wanted us to speak their French language. Okay, we made up our own language. Haitian Creole is a made up language by the enslaved people mixed with the indigenous people's language. We made sure because we was like, no, they can't understand what we talking about, what we saying. They wanted to force us to speak French. That's why in my household in America, in South Florida, my dad said, you will sing in French. You will go to church, you will sing in French, you will know how to say the words. But in this household, we will speak only Haitian Creole. And that's on period. A lot of people say, oh, the language ain't no good, whatever. I know every time I meet a white person, the first thing that they want to say is, oh, you speak French? Absolutely not. I don't. I speak Haitian Creole.
Let me tell you
Thank
something.
you for your services.
B is cooking today. B said, I feel like this is the spirit of appropriation, adopting or reacting to cultural isms with no cultural context or competency, with the alliteration at all. B, you cooking today.
You cooking today every single time. And I miss you in the comments. I'm glad you're here. Listen, one more story and we're out of here because I have to go and make sure I make this appointment. But I'm going to do of course, a standalone on it, a couple of things. And immigration, of course, that is something that's happening. It hasn't stopped. And the content that I see, I don't see a lot of people covering it. And it's actually important. Trump's banned number 2 ban, as a Trump ban from 2016 that he did, the Muslim ban, where it was majority Muslim countries. This is why you need to understand why this is important, because right now he's targeting majority Black countries, Caribbean and African countries. Still has the Muslim ban in there, but now he's attaching on, I think, about the broader ban is 43 countries, and they are 65%, I believe, over 65% of what I calculated is Black, majority Black countries. And of course, you know who's on the list: Haiti. So my people being affected. I see how a lot of people were online. And here is what, and I'll put this in my video so people can be clear. I've seen people coming online and the ones that I did see talking about it. It's so funny how it's a lot of people that just got here 10 years ago.
Come on.
They the ones like, oh, it ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I'm like, so crazy, because you trying to bring your family in. They're like, oh, the lawyer was saying this, and it is true. To be very clear, this is true. It's not going to affect you if you already are a citizen here. It's not going to affect you if your paperwork is fine here. It's not going to affect you if you are here and you're trying to bring your family here. It's not going to affect you, in dual citizenship. But let me tell you something. They say all those things, and it's not. They put that in writing, right? And for Black immigrants specifically, when has anything in writing for immigration been anything that they went with? They didn't make it hard for you. So while that is true, here is the gist of it. They are going to make it almost impossible for you to get Granny and them over here. They are going to make it almost impossible for you to get a meeting, right? To get a meeting with the embassy to get your paperwork done. To get a meeting with citizenship, to get your paperwork done. Oh, you thought you was dual citizenship. Now they on you, questioning you. Why are you dual citizenship?
Right.
Do you need to go back? They are going to make it almost impossible, shutting that door for the pathway of citizenship here in America. They're saying they don't want you. It's already very difficult. And I know this from my family members. I told you in the 90s, mama was in jail pregnant trying to get my brother here from the border. And she was in immigration jail for months. And that was in the 90s. My brother finally got here, 2 years after the earthquake, with 5 kids, with 5 children. Their mother was here trying to get them to come here. 5 babies. And it was hard then. So right now, people, 10 years ago, it was the lottery. Like my camera. Jesus. Ben, the cord didn't work. Ben. But the lottery was 10 years ago. For people like, I know that program started going on, people getting the lottery for them to get over here. If you just were chosen, because that's what they treat you as. It's like a lottery ticket. How Trump is trying to say it's a golden ticket these days. You got to be rich basically to come into the country. These people are coming for asylum, and then the law says that if you're an asylum seeker, you can still come over here. But let's not forget what happened under Joe Biden's administration, when those people were seeking asylum, when after the assassination of the president and the country was in turmoil, which it still is right now. Let's not forget that they said, okay, they can come for asylum. But then they failed to say, not the black ones, not the Haitians, not the ERs, not y'all, and treated them the worst. And the same lawyers that are saying, oh, but they can still do all this, we're saying this is the worst that we've ever seen in how they handle immigrants. The Haitian immigrant group is the worst. The Haitian and Nigerian immigrant group. Let's not forget that back in 2016-17, Donald Trump said that both of those countries were shithole countries.
Yes.
Nigeria and Haiti. Nigeria, which is one of the top known African countries, and Haiti, which is one of the top known Caribbean countries Black people come from. And he listed so many other African countries on there. Togo being one, a few more. That they like, how we got in it? How we got in it? Let me get my battery, Ben.
I'm looking at this headline, and this always has real life implications, right? And one thing this country is good at doing is not caring about the details of who they hurt, right? And here's a 16-year-old from Port-au-Prince with heart disease, who is constantly short of breath and can't attend school. The travel ban has stopped her plans for the life-saving surgery that she cannot get in Haiti. And these are the details. These are the fine details. There are people whose lives are destroyed by these decisions. And can you imagine being the targeted ones who, for MAGA, it's nothing but a joke, right? Yeah. It's for them, it's a laugh, ha, ha, kiki. Look at how cruel we can be, which I hope we get a chance before we leave, talk about Simone Biles calling out that fifth place swimmer, Riley, whatever her last name is. But it's MAGA getting a chance to be as cruel as they possibly can be and not caring about who they hurt in the process. It's another thing, and it's a whole nother layer. It's a little different, but let me just throw this in here. I'm listening to the local news, and now they're talking about the CDC advising anyone traveling internationally to be sure to get the measles vaccine, because while traveling internationally, you can get measles. Meanwhile, the source of the outbreak is in Texas. And it's in places where these ignorant folk, MAGA folks, have decided to stop giving their children the measles vaccine, and that's where it's spreading. But what do? They do what's so easy. They take a real problem that they caused, and then they turn around and put it at the feet of the people of immigrants. They put it at the feet of people who are from another country, right? Yeah. The stranger, the other. And this is exactly what they're doing here. In every scenario where asylum seekers are coming to the United States of America, 90% of the time, it's because of American caused problems. It's because of American foreign policy. So they destabilize entire nations. And when people come here to get some kind of refuge, then they turn and make everybody hate them. And who gets hurt in the meantime? People like this little sister.
The children. The children get hurt. The people get hurt. People can't. A woman died in immigration hands. A month ago or 2 months ago, back in February, I believe she got there, and I believe she died in March, because they don't care, right? They treat them like monsters and criminals. They reinvent or revamp Guantanamo Bay for the Haitians to go there, and people think it's just something new that Donald Trump created. No, Guantanamo Bay was created because the U.S. associated Haitians with having AIDS and sent them over there and beat them and treated them like it was a U.S. situation. The U.S. put their hands into Haiti's business and caused what's going on over there. The U.S. put their hands in a lot of these countries' businesses to destabilize them and have the nerve to say they can't come here, but they vacation there. Haiti was one of the top places that the white folks here in America used to go in the 80s, and it was considered the most safest place to vacation in the Caribbean. And all of a sudden they make it seem like it's been the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere even before the 80s for as long as they can remember. There's documented evidence that is not true. But they destabilize the country, come back here and create a rhetoric so that they don't have the blood on their hands. That's why I would never be able to F with the Clintons in this here day and age. Because once I knew, I understood that ain't my people. And also, we got to acknowledge that while they are calling these people or trying to define them as criminals, murderers, people with diseases that bring diseases, hooligans, degenerates, unworthy, they let in South Afrikaners, white from South Africa, made up genocide, gave them resources, money, set them up. And Haitians been coming here. My mama came here, worked the job where her boss pushed her on the floor, and she got not $1 or a penny for it. Pushed her on the floor, spit on her, called her Haitian. She got not one penny for it. You know what she did? She just went to nursing school, so that she can get something for us to have. Worked 6 jobs. It wasn't given to her. There was no resources for her. People get mad that because South Florida's predominantly Haitian, we gonna make sure that there is a language spoken or a translator there for them to have. I remember going as a little girl, my mom to be her translator, and the woman said, if you don't know what to do, if you can't translate anything, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. So the things that America has done, my mama still turned around and made sure that she figured out what was said, how to do it, when to do it. Worked 6 times as hard. I see Olay every single day, who is a lawyer and served this damn country, fought and is fighting for American rights every day. And there are people who are Americans under her stuff cussing her out because she comes from somewhere else. But yet she's been here a majority of her life, went to school here, served as a lawyer here, helped your friends and family, but that's not enough because she's an immigrant. We will always have to do 17 times as hard as the next person.
Yeah. And
the white folks skippity scop from South Africa that they already took over, their colonizers already took over. Those people are from the colonizers. Came over here on a false rhetoric made up by Elon Musk. That's why he will always kiss the blackest part of my behind. To say that there was white genocide when there's actual genocide happening in other countries because America decided to put their hands and support what's happening there, like they're doing in Palestine. They're doing it in the black countries too. Don't you ever get it twisted. And to make them come here and lay it out on a red carpet for them.
Yeah. See, it's when you really do the math and you really add it up, it's hard to be patient. It's hard to be kind. It's hard to just have the time of day for the foolishness that's coming out of these devils' mouths, right? They're devils. They're intentionally doing the things that they can to be the cruelest they possibly can. And I'm sorry, as theologically speaking, I done studied this. I done studied it deeply. We have no obligation to allow ourselves to be steamrolled by the people who have nothing but cruel intentions. All they want to do is harm people. And we are sinning just as much as anybody else if we just sit back and let them do this harm, all because we supposed to be kind. We supposed to be docile. We supposed to be friendly and no. We have a responsibility to, when we see evil like that, they can make up a genocide in South Africa, but ignore the genocide that's going on in Sudan and Congo and Gaza. Like when we see that and we see how they use immigrants. This is why I don't rock with black people who fight against immigrants, who try to alienate the diaspora because you're not born in America. No. Y'all ain't my people. My people are from the diaspora. My people are from South Africa, from Nigeria, from Pompano, from Mississippi. Yeah, all those places. But all of you,
we were all enslaved people, and we, went somewhere else. Because in Haiti, we were enslaved people, came from Africa the same way the enslaved people here in America came from Africa, the same way in Brazil. Everybody, everybody. Why is it that this diaspora awards thing is so heavy over here? It's because the system over here, that white system, just like it is in Africa, is so embedded and it's so nasty, and they want to make sure they keep us separate so that we can have these type of arguments, so they can tell me on Threads that I can't celebrate Juneteenth, even though I was born and raised not in the county of Dade, but in the county of Palm Beach, okay, South Florida, and I should be able, especially when I know better, to do better and celebrate Blackness regardless. I might throw on compa, but I'm celebrating the freedom of Black people who are living here in America, because unbeknownst to people who don't want to act like this is true, there are people who are products of immigrants who live and were born in this country, who know about Black culture, Black American culture.
Not just know about Black culture, but who have contributed significantly to Black American culture,
and vice versa. But nobody wants to be able to.
Malcolm X is a child of an immigrant. Biggie Smalls, a child of an immigrant. Shirley Chisholm, child of an immigrant. Marcus Garvey, child of an immigrant.
She was out of Barbados. She was born there. Why do we play our favorites?
Because two things, Rebecca, and this is what I really wanted to get to. It is the easiest thing. It is biblically easy for you to hate somebody who ain't from around here. Us versus them. And it is the most profitable thing because of how easy it is. This is why they pour money into Black people who are willing to do the diaspora wars and to make Black folks try to hate immigrants. One, because it's easy. Your boy J. Maul Green out of Chicago, he's making his whole new brand off of being anti-immigrant.
He's also somebody who's been on our show. Again, they change up. They
switch up real quick. It's a real
jive right into the diaspora wars or anti-Blackness. I need you guys to know that when you are against the Black group of people, you're anti-Black. We need to get together, but I'm not going to continue championing the getting together. The people who want to get together, we just gonna get together. Everybody that want to be left behind, you're left behind. And we are at the end of the show.
They're gonna be left behind eating raisins in their potato salad.
They are, and they're gonna be mad because all the food gonna be over here, and we're gonna have all kinds of cultural food, right? We're gonna have the Southern food, the Southern Black American food. We're gonna have the Caribbean food. We're gonna have the Latin food. We're gonna have it all. It's all gonna be here, and you just gonna be eating crumbs because they don't eat on the other side. Yeah. We're at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and read these super chats to get them out the way. Because I can't miss his appointment. You
got to get it. All right, let's go. Tigwick again. Thank you, Rebecca. This was for you on your channel. Love you guys. We appreciate that. Barbara Rice, we appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Tigwick sent $100 over to my channel too. Happy birthday, Pastor Ben. Yep. We need to look. Let me do this and put this back on the screen.
Please do.
I don't ask for myself. I'm gonna ask for myself today. Send over some birthday love. $ Lady Dixon 503. That way y'all know it's going into good hands because it ain't coming to my Cash App. It's going to my wife Cash App. Thank you, Tigwick, so much for that birthday wish. Charlie, thank you. Said hit that like button, folks, and tip your hostess. $ Becca's Voice on Cash App. Do that. Charlie sent another one. $5 for me. Happy birthday, Ben, as a fellow June baby. From Gemini to what's what's Pisces? I don't know that one.
That's a Taurus.
That's
Gemini. I don't know what that first one is. I
barely know Gemini. Charlie saying queer people using girls pretty gender neutrally. Queen too. Yes, I know that much, right? I don't know a lot, but I can know that. This is Jen Kathy again with the Jamie Foxx saying, look at how they did Jesus. Laura Estrada, hello. Life has been rough as of late.
Laura.
But I'm humbled and comforted and loved. Thank you, Lion family. We love you too, Laura. Bless you. We're praying for you. Tiger, this is the same as Jasmine Crockett saying child and people trying to grill her for it. All up in the Kool-Aid and they don't even know the flavor. Tiger sent another $5. Remember that read how the right lied that immigrants don't have due process. Y'all think they might start detaining Black folks too because of the travel ban? Listen. This is the dumbness. This is the dumbness of Black people who stand in with ICE and fight against immigrants. The very next group they're coming after is Black people. I don't care how long your lineage go back out in this country. They've been coming after us, and now they would have been able to get rid of due process, suspend habeas corpus, and you think that this ain't gonna backfire on black folks? Yeah.
They interviewing kids without lawyers. They're saying that a judge in I forget what state it was said that kids are grown enough to be to speak for themselves. 3-year-olds in the room. You hear me? Children, immigrant children. Anywho, if that was all the super chats, I just want to go ahead and give a thank you to Carrie and Catherine Willett. Thank you so much for your cash apps. Denise Prince, thank you for yours. Shelby, thank you for yours. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I do this all the time. I'm saying the government. Emberly, and that's such a beautiful name. Emberly, I really appreciate you. God bless you. Make sure you head over to the birthday boy. Don't put up this one. It's all about you. Put up the birthday boy post. Make sure you head over to the birthday boy and his wife's cash app to go ahead and bless him because he's been blessing you. And also go over to his page, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you be a part of his digital ministry, his Generation of Praise. The cash app, once again, to send your cash app to him is going to be Lady Dixon 503. That's LADYDIXON 503. Y'all, I love you. I mean it. I appreciate you guys for being here, making me feel good. Let me make it to the appointment. I will see you guys sometime this week and on Saturday. See you. Love you. Mean it.
The time is nearly upon us. Working class independent media. We are going to be streaming. We are going to be syndicating videos. We're going to be playing original content. It all starts June 10th. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel. Get ready to see it on other platforms. And please follow on social media. We are everywhere. Follow, subscribe. It's going to be very exciting. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A lot of people have tried this before. Every time I bring it up to somebody, they say, wow, a lot of people have tried that before. And I say, apparently, yes, I keep hearing that. But no one has pulled it off. No one has gotten it off the ground quite the way we plan to. And believe me, along the way, we've seen how people have failed. We've seen all of the pitfalls. We've seen all of the ways we go, you know what? This is a moment right now where somebody gave up. This is a moment right now where somebody couldn't go on. This right here, this situation, this is what happened to somebody else, and they blew it. And we have moved past it. We have persevered. We have kept moving forward. The hope is that we will not talk about it as much as you will talk about it. The hope is that everyone will be saying, are you watching this space? Do you know about this space? Are you in this space? Are you a part of this space?
Watch this space.
Syndicating videos. We're going to be
work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for like it or not. We're about to let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for like it or not. We're about to let's start this damn show like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life ish. I live in life in the ATL.